All right, I'm back at it. It's actually another day. I had to call it. I was starving, and me and Steve went and got something to eat. But this is what we got, a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna load up everything that's ready to go. I got some pickups I need to do today, so we need to get some cash and get this stuff out of here because it's kind of overwhelming. So I'm gonna hit the time lapse. I'm gonna actually weigh all this as I load it. So one, I know how much I got in weight, and two, I know roughly what I'm gonna get paid.
at the bottom for the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea.
All right, we are loaded, secured, netted. I don't think anything was gonna fly, but I always like to put a net on there. It just looks better. And I don't think that tranny was gonna go anywhere, but we decided to strap it down. You know, the more straps you use, the better it looks when you're going down the road. So we got a long ride ahead of us, and then I got a nice little pickup while we're down there. A lot of people always ask me, why do I go so far to sell my scraps? Because I originally started out in South Broward, and a lot of my customers are in South Broward, Miami-Dade. So it's I got to go down there anyway. All right, we made it down here safe now. Since I had so much time driving, I went and added up what we had. So this is off of last Friday. I got these numbers here. And it's actually Wednesday, so we're like, the market could have done some things. So we should be at 25.19. All right, so they were kind of short-staffed today, so it took forever for me to get offloaded. So I'm not gonna make it to my customer, so I don't want to come back with an empty trailer. So I bought 3,700 pounds of giant stators. Well, we got a big boy, we got a medium boy, and then we got a micro boy. Hey, I got a deal on these ones, man. I only paid 25 cents a pound for it because all the iron. And look at this, man. I've been wanting to get into the AC compressor recycling biz, and I've been looking at different ways of making a rotor or a rotator or something to that effect. Check this out. I got, oh, we dented the motor. I don't think this motor was any good, but this might be a stepper motor. I don't know. It's got a weird Chinese symbols, but we'll rip all that off. We're not worried about that. We just need the bearing assembly. It's two things of aluminum. I can put this on my milling machine and make slots so that I can grab the AC compressors and spin them. Now, whether or not I use this, I don't know, because I actually was going to do something else, which I still think I'm going to do. I paid, I don't know, 15 bucks for this. The thing that I want is going to cost me a couple hundred, but I think it's going to be a better option. But this can be just a rotator in itself for multiple applications, welding, whatever. We're going to take this with us and see if we can get something going with it. All right, it's the next day. We're going to try to get this monster off the trailer here. I put a D-ring on that thing. I'm going to put my sling, which looped, that thing's rated for 10,000, which is kind of crazy. Get some monster 600 amp, 400 amp, some big old silver contacts out of there. Sometimes these things have a weight on it. Push those forks together. grab that sling. That thing's heavy, man. That might be over 3,000. We need to shorten this up.
Off the ground.
Holy smoke. Alright, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to get the fork above that box so I can slide in a couple more inches. I need every inch possible. Loosen that chain real quick. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's good. Know when I'm clear. Clear?
Yeah.
All right, push that chain in. Not that far, dude. Straight up. That was sketchy as hell, man. Watch your head, dude. We got some of our baskets back yesterday, so now we got baskets everywhere. That stator over there must have weighed over 3,000 because this thing has a this thing only has a 2750 capacity, 24 inches up, 2439 at 28, and 2280 at 32. So I'm pretty sure that thing probably weighed every bit of 3,000. I was at 3,720, I think, overall. All I know is at the scrapyard, that thing was sitting on top of that other one. And homeboy's big boy 5,000 pound machine struggled to pick this stuff up. Well, not struggled, but it looked like it was kind of light in the rear end when he was doing it. We good? Hey man, is there anything over here on this side? I need to, what's it sitting on? Reset that chain. I just needed to pull it this way a little bit. Throw that motor right in the inside. Push that chain back towards me a little bit. There you go. Woo. See, that truck was squatting. All right, man, throw the rest of that chain up on top. This a little baby. Looks like it's giving birth to another baby stator. All right. And man, grab another pallet. All right, take that ball and that chain off. And then open them forks back up. The mini forklift, as crazy as it looks, and I still gotta finish putting this thing back together. Just, I've been so freaking busy. I haven't even been able to post videos. This one here is gonna be iffy. I really wish it would have had the rotor involved with it. The fact that I only paid 25 cents a pound for these, I think it's going to be okay, even though this thing has a lot of steel. But these things are babies compared to that monster I just did. But we should be able to get some decent copper out of here. Okay, here's the ticket for that job. We had 112 pounds of clean aluminum rads, 55 cents a pound, 61.60. And we had 52 pounds of clean yellow brass, 2.90 a pound, 114.40. Then we had clean 6063 aluminum, 225 pounds, 90 cents a pound, $202.50. We had Bear Bright copper, 199 pounds, 370 a pound, $736.30. Then we had number 2 copper, 217 a pound, 345 a pound, $748.65. Clean aluminum rims, 155 pounds, 60 cents a pound, $93. Auto batteries, 120 pounds, 25 cents a pound, $30. Small batteries, 27 pounds, 20 cents a pound for $5.40. Sealed units, 163 pounds, 12 cents a pound, $19.56. Number 2 wire, 81 pounds, 98 cents a pound, $79.38. Irony aluminum, 824 pounds, 15 cents a pound, $123.60. Old sheet aluminum, 497 pounds, 62 cents a pound, $308.14 for a total of $255, $22.53. And I think at the beginning of that video I was at $2,519, so we're like $3 more. So that pretty much goes to show the scales are pretty much right on. So being that all them pricings was from like a week before, I'm totally fine with those numbers being within like $3. Now this was from back in 129, so we're like a month and a half behind on my videos. And I got a stack of videos coming. We got a shop full of scrap, tons of stuff in here, and we have tons of scrap out here. I picked up some things yesterday, and that's not even scrap, that's actually getting shipped to Jamaica. But while I was down in Kendall, which is almost 2 hours south of here, I had a customer, a friend of mine actually, call me and say, hey man, I bought some poles down in Kendall. Next time you're in Miami, can you pick them up? They were, you know, it's the luck, man. They were literally 5 minutes away from where I picked up those lights. And I picked up those lights. I went to the scrapyard further south, picked up those lights. On my way back out of Miami, 5 minutes from that place, I picked up them. They loaded it with a skid steer with forks. And those things are heavy. Each one of them poles, there's 2 big poles and 2 smaller ones. Those 2 big poles gotta weigh 1,000 pounds each. And it's crazy, luck of the draw. I just happen to have those crates because that thing is so long. Look at this. It actually protrudes over the bed of my truck. And how I would have transported those, what I would have had to do was I would have laid them flat on the deck, had them sticking out, and then I would have just strapped the gate up to the bottom, left the gate down. Right now, because my wiring is all messed up on the trailer, I'm running these magnetic wireless lights. I would have just stuck them right there at the end of the trailer, and we would have been ready to ride. But it worked out just fine. A little crazy. We put a ton of straps on this stuff, so it didn't go anywhere. And we have a ton of scrap out here that needs to be sorted still. We got so much going on. I've got, hopefully, God willing, I have some big things coming in my personal life that's going to affect the shop life, and it's going to allow me to get back into more of the builds and finish all the projects that I've kind of had on hold for a while. So it's a real exciting situation. So if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned because we're going to have a massive scrap cleanup. My goal now is to get all the scrap out of here, all of it, around back, out front. We need to get on top of the scrap. There shouldn't be scrap sitting around. It's just money sitting here. Now the stuff that's sitting outside here is just, to me, it's like garbage scrap. There's nothing really, I don't keep anything. I get a lot of comments, am I afraid someone's gonna come steal anything? Not really, because anything that's out here is not really worth anything. It's just basically steel, or it's just too heavy to physically just pick up and load away. You know, and normally I have stuff boxed in here. You're not just gonna, it's not gonna be easy. Plus I got lots of cameras, and I live 5 minutes down the road. And if I get a notification and see someone over here messing around, it's gonna be a bad situation. So, no, I'm not really worried. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrapyard. Watch it. Look, it's dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?